your lifetime, you'll spend 6 months in the shower. And all that time, you'll be drowned out by the din of crashing water. But the humble shower is evolving. Today, German engineering is pushing back the boundaries of science to make near-silent showers. How do they do it? Thankfully, for the noses of our ancient ancestors, showers have been around for millennia. Ancient Greece had the first communal showers. Europe then got out of the washing habit until 1767, when the first patented mechanical shower was the beginning of a hygiene revolution. The original, flawed designs used recycled dirty water. It didn't exactly clean up. But the last 2 centuries have seen a relentless race to develop the technology. Nestled in the Black Forest, in the town of Schiltach, southern Germany, are Hans Grohe. The company started in 1901, when its founder, Hans Grohe, staked his fortune on the growing business of getting rid of grime and began designing showers. Today, they make 4 million a year. And the latest generation of showers are the product of state-of-the-art science. This is the Spray Lab. Head of Innovation, Stefan Erat, builds each new design around the customer.
But sometimes you need a massage or to rinse shampoo. That's why we put different sprays in there. And in the future, we think we will only switch sprays by pushing a button.
The most advanced showers offer everything from a soothing massage to a powerful pelt of water to wake us up. One thing that's almost impossible to avoid is the noise. If you're in the shower, it's hard to hear yourself think over the din of crashing water. But the engineers are all over this one. Every shower design gets tested in a dedicated acoustic laboratory. Melanie Gruner is the acoustics expert.
There are 40 microphones on this, so the principle is similar to a thermal camera.
The microphones pinpoint noise coming from the shower head, and software converts the data into an image, allowing engineers to see sound.
Today we're testing the difference between our powder rain spray and our rain air spray. This shower with the rain air spray mode is 16 times louder than the new spray mode, and it is nice to relax if you have a silent shower like our new powder rain.
Once the boffins have sorted out the clever stuff and come up with a new design, it's up to the boys and girls in the factory to turn it into reality. In the old days, they made showers from tin, but the metal didn't stand the test of time. Today's super tough showers are made from a blend of plastics with a chrome coating.
We're having the chrome finish, but when we guide the water, it's drinking water, so we need special materials which guide the water.
These white ABS plastic granules make strong, sturdy housings for the shower heads. The interior parts that come into contact with the water are made from dark granules of an inert, heat-resistant plastic called Noril. But they can't start making shower parts with the granules in this state. For a start, they may have become damp from being stored, which would cause them to stick together. So a vacuum pipe sucks them into an air-drying chamber. Once dried, the granules flow smoothly through a 5-kilometer maze of pipes fit for Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. The wrong plastic in the wrong machine would halt production, so a computer-controlled piping system called the Navigator sends it in the right direction. The Navigator pumps the plastic to one of the factory's 50 injection molding machines, where the process of making a shower head begins. The machine heats the white ABS plastic granules to 260 degrees, melting them. Then it injects the liquid plastic into shaped molds. This one is making hand showers. But the solid shower heads have no room for the internal components that guide the water flow. A bit of heat will fix that. A metal plate heated rapidly to 260 degrees creates the grooves necessary for the installation of the shower cartridge. The next stage is for the shower parts to get their shiny metallic finish. In this state, the chrome won't stick to the plastic, so they prepare the surface with a quick dip into chromic acid. The acid etches microscopic holes or pores into the smooth surface of the plastic. Next, it's dipped into a solution of palladium, which collects in these microscopic pores, creating a surface that other metals can stick to. Then come layers of copper, nickel, and chrome. Once they've got their coating of chrome, the newly shiny shower heads are sent for assembly. Here, they'll be united with the internal components known as the shower cartridge. It has 10 separate components, some smaller than a fingernail. Jörg Reif has been in the shower business for 25 years.
Here we have the most important part for this cartridge at all is this little button, because this button is responsible for changing the different spray modes. Here you can see how the water flow is going here this way along. So you press the button, then you have the first chamber full of water, means the first spray mode. Then if you push it again, then you have the second spray mode, and you push it again, you have the third spray mode.
The parts of every shower head are put together by hand. The shower head is boxed up and sent off to the distribution warehouse. From here, 20,000 showers will fly out to bathrooms in more than 140 countries. When the Japanese want to say something important, they put it down on washi, an ancient form of traditionally made paper. The Japanese imperial family announced a baby's birth with it. Picasso painted pictures on it. It's the oldest form of paper making in the world, and it's still in demand from artists and interior designers today. How do they do it? Two hours north of Kyoto, the city of Ekizen is the center of Japan's traditional paper industry. That's down to the paper mulberry trees, which provide the essential ingredient for washi. It's up to this man, Junichi Iwano, to turn the mulberry bark into paper. He learned the trade from his father, Ikibe Iwano, a master paper maker who is so skilled at the craft, the Japanese have named him a living national treasure. It starts with a bundle of dried strips of paper mulberry bark, the only part of the tree used for paper. It's said to make the strongest washi because of its long, thick fibers. Junichi begins by softening the bark in water, checking the quality of the strips as he works.
もうすでにダメなやつがこれも全然紙にならないんですわ。
Then Junichi drops the bark strips in boiling water. But at this point, the bark is still packed with impurities like wax, which would make the paper stiff and hard. So Junichi adds the alkali soda ash, which washes away the impurities and softens the fibers. After 4 to 5 hours on the boil, they need to be washed again. This time in local spring water. But even that doesn't get rid of all the impurities. Junichi does a final check by hand.
これは構造の中に含まれていますゴミとか塵を一本一本丁寧に手で取っているところです。黒いものがあったりするとやっぱりそこが目立ってしまって。
Even after cleaning, the stubborn fibers still cling on to each other. Beating them with a club further loosens the fibers. But it's not just a matter of brute force.
機械もあることはあるんですけども、手の方が加減が効くんですよね。 機械で叩いてしまうとこれがもう本当にもう粉々になってしまって繊維を傷めてしまうんですけど、手で叩くとやっぱ手技というでしょ、昔から。で力加減があるんですよね。
When he's reduced the pulp almost to the consistency of rice pudding, it's ready for the transformation into paper. After all that work separating the fibers out, Juniki needs to bind them back together to form a piece of paper. But this pulp would just fall apart if you let it dry. To give it some sticking power, the pulp goes into a mix of water and a natural binding agent made from local plant roots. Juniki then uses a bamboo screen fixed inside a frame. He sloshes the watery pulp around the frame to let gravity even it out.
紙の均等な厚さを作るのが一番難しいですから、この中にバケツいっぱいの原料が入っています。それがこの一枚一枚すき上げることによって中が少なくなってくるんですよ、どうしても。で1枚目の紙と7枚目の紙では
After 2 minutes of careful sloshing, a sheet of paper is finally formed. But it's still plumb full of water, and nobody wants squishy-washy paper. So he places the paper on a manual wooden press. 2 hours of pressure squishes out most of the excess water. Even after that, the sheets are still damp. Juniki and his dad take them next door for the drying process. They place them on drying boards, carefully brushing them flat. Then the boards are transferred to a drying cupboard and left for 5 hours. Once dry, Juniki carefully peels the sheets off. But not a single sheet leaves the workshop until Juniki says it's perfect.
これはすき上がった紙を表裏塵がないかを見て、塵があるところをこういった小刀の先で取っているところです。
He checks the thickness of each one, making sure it's even all the way through. The finished washi is a piece of perfection, a connection to a bygone world fit for an imperial decree.